Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Tim Lankford, and I am so honored to be able to greet you from the campus here at Gordon Marketing in wonderful, sunny Indiana. I am a dreamer. I always have been, and I look out my window, and it's the farthest thing from 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 being bright and sunny. Excuse me, but I hope that you have. My goodness, guys, life is just way too short, isn't it, to not have a bright and sunny disposition. So I pray that this morning I share some what I feel like this has been a tremendous motivating factor ever since I started in the mortgage protection business now going on 7 years, and I've grown all the way up in the charts and the levels that I am going to be sharing with you. Um, I've experienced and I've been at every level that I'm going to be rolling out to you. Before we get into that, I want to show you just some real very, very cool things that we have done on our website. If you're joining me via the computer, you see that I've got our website, just the www.gordonmarketing.com on your computer. You see where it says agents, just click in that light blue box and you see here the main page. Crucial, you haven't registered for our Life and Annuity Expo, which happens in 9 days. So a week from Thursday, you don't want to miss that. If you go over here to where you see the word life, hover your cursor over there. The very first choice you see is mortgage protection selling system. Just click on that drop down box and you'll immediately go to and see some of our just very basic forms. You see some mortgage protection and final expense phone scripts, uh, in-home forms. You see the forms there. I won't go through there, but they are there for your immediate access. And as you noticed, I didn't put any sort of code or ID in. This is for you. You are able to immediately, without even being contracted with us, I want to help you one way or the other. If I'm going to have a personal conversation with you, if I'm going to help you through email, if I'm going to tweak you, then absolutely. Before I'm interested or able to justify my time or one of my regional sales managers' times, I need you to be contracted with us. But it is there even before we ever talk about contracting. Go right there where you see podcasts and videos. You just click right there. Check this out, guys. Our IT department, my goodness, directed by Jason Landers. Check this out. You will see there just tremendous items that can help you in building your life sales business. You'll see our conference calls. You'll see our most recent webinars. Guys, we're making this where it's just completely turnkey. From the beginning, I've tried to make it as turnkey as possible. And I really feel like we've come through with what I've been preaching. Also for a couple more items that you may not see on here, but if you just go to YouTube and if you click on the inbox there and you type in mortgage protection, my name, Tim Lankford, then you will be able to also see these same videos as well as webinars as well as conference calls available for you. But let's get on to the meat of the matter. Extremely excited to be able to give you an opportunity to literally double your income by working the same amount. Now you will have to work more until you achieve a new contract level. But once you've achieved that contract level, unless you do something immoral or unethical with your life insurance business, you will be fired by us. We retain that privilege, that responsibility. But knowing the folks that I see on the call here, you will run a business that's one of integrity, one of morality, and be special and dear to my heart, one that honors our Lord Jesus Christ. Now we've really got something to talk about. We don't hold that against you if you're not a believer, but I believe it certainly will help you on the emphasis of you are at a, I know some folks, depending on their agencies, are at a 40% contract level, 45%, 50% contract level. Your agency manager, depending on how much he or she is doing for you and pouring him or herself into you, you may be at a 40% contract level. I am giving you an opportunity to prove yourself. If you are direct to Gordon Marketing, then yes, these are the levels that absolutely immediately pertain to you. If you're part of an agency, then you prove yourself to your agency manager. But you will also see what causes your agency manager to be able to increase in his or her percentage. This is going to be tweaked a little bit, but what you see in front of you are our levels of achievement. If you go underneath where it says producer levels of achievement, we're calling, and that's affectionately calling somebody who is at a 40 to 75% level, a possible newbie. Now, you might have been in the life insurance business for 20 years, but a part of this program for just a few months. You're a newbie, because I want you to be able to, within a short year and a half, have almost, well, if you're at a 40% level, you can triple your income by doing the same work you're doing right now. By simply going out and, number 3, for an agent, if you're going to be on my call on Friday at 11 a.m. that we do every Friday Eastern time, you're going to be an agent who's making it happen. So if you're an agent who's making it happen at 40%, literally within 18 months, you could triple your income by still doing the same work that you're doing. We'll explain that a little bit further. I'm going to explain that a little bit further by talking about the very next level. And it goes specifically to issue paid business. Now, when we always talk about, and I love Friday leaderboards, those leaderboards, you hear agents who have submitted X amount of dollars within this last 7 days. So when you hear that Josh Sivak submitted $34,000 in the month of January, that isn't what he was issued and paid. Without taking a lot of time, because I want to be able to explain every nuance, every little feature of how to be able to not only grow as a producer, but you see that right side of the agent levels. I will specifically, step by step, show you how you can increase your contract level with us by teaching someone to do what we're teaching you to do. Back on the producer level. So what you're looking at to move from any contract level, you must do issue paid premium. In other words, what you got deposited on, what the carrier, just like when I wrote a $225 Smart UL through Foresters and submitted it on Friday. And remember how we work that. So you take that 225 in the monthly premium, you multiply that times 12. So my monthly premium submitted, my annualized premium that I submitted on Friday on that one application was for $2,700. $225 that the client's going to be paying Foresters on a monthly basis. Multiply that times 12 months in a year. So that's $2,700 that the carrier will be receiving from the client for their first year's premium. Now, what you get paid on is that $2,700 times your contract level. So if you're at a 75% level, you're going to multiply that times 0.75. So that $2,700 one application that took me about 45 minutes to fill out, you on a 75% contract level made $2,025. Let that soak in for a second. 45 minutes worth of work took me in the home sitting with the client. Got paid, if I was at a 75% level, $2,025. Most of you are going to be on an advanced level with us. So you multiply that times 0.75. So if I was at a 75% contract level, oh, by the way, Foresters sent me an email yesterday. I submitted it on Friday. They sent me an email yesterday. Congratulations, Mr. Lankford. Your client, XYZ, was issued and paid. How about that? Literally in 24 hours, less than 24 hours of business hours, issue and paid, I will receive, if I was at a 75% contract level, $1,518.75 tomorrow in my checking account. This is an awesome business, guys. One application, and I'm on track on a 75% contract level to make over $75,000 with us. Guys, get on board. My goodness, what a blessing this business is for what I did for Al on Friday and what I am receiving in my checking account tomorrow. So you see at the copper level, in order for you now on that same business, you want to give yourself a raise? Well, if you take that same $225 times 12, $2,700. Now, instead of multiplying that times 0.75, multiply that times 0.8. And so I go from a wonderful $2,700 times 75%. I go to a wonderful, let me do that so I make sure I'm doing my math correctly. So at a 75% level, you're being paid $2,025. Now, what if you do 5,000 of issue paid business 2 months in a row? Look at the raise you just gave yourself. So 225 times 12 times 0.8 instead. See how I did that? I just gave myself, for doing nothing else other than producing more, I just gave myself a $135 raise. I can't help but smile, guys. You go into Chick-fil-A, or if you're an engineer, or if you're a doctor, or if you're, and doctors probably wouldn't be the appropriate because you would be more on a commission level there, and you just see more patients, take more of your time, lose more of your lifestyle in order for you to increase your income. But in this business, guys and gals, all we have to do is work a little bit harder, help a few more families, and on just that one application that I submitted on Friday, and I'm going to be paid in the first year $2,025. I do that a couple times this month, and I get issued and paid $5,000 this month. And as you see underneath the notes, I have to do it 2 months in a row. So I can't all of a sudden, hey, say, yippee, look at me, I'm phenomenal. I can't do that and say, okay, now give me a contract. We've got to build this with consistency. If we are at a contract level and I see some questions coming in as far as initial contracts. Guys, wherever you were promised at, you're at that contract level because your production the previous year qualified you for that. So if you've got a marketer over here in our building, find out from him or her what contract level you're at with our core carriers. And you see our core carriers down at the bottom of that sheet. So many I know have been with Gordon Marketing or with your agency manager, and you're at a 80, a 90, 100% contract level already. So this level that we're talking about, 75%, doesn't pertain to you. It just pertains to you as we go up. And you'll see, if you can see where I'm moving my cursor next to these issue paid numbers. So if you write beside copper, 5,000 issue paid, that is an 80% contract. Go up to the next level. Like I said, we're going to clean up this sheet a little bit, but this is a good place for us to start. At a bronze level, for you to be bronze, you're going to be at an 85% contract level. At steel, you're at a 90% and on up. So it goes all the way up to, if you are a titanium producer, meaning that next March at our expo, you're going to cross the stage. We're going to give you a pin that is out of the color of titanium, and it's going to have our logo you see in the upper left corner there. You will, and it'll say titanium producer, and you will receive a lapel pin for whichever level you have achieved at our expo next year. So let me go back down to copper. So you did 2 months of 5,000 issue paid business in 1 month. So at that 1 month, you just gave yourself a $135 raise. If you still have a job, we have so many, I love our part-timers. If you are a part-timer looking to get out of your job so that you can control your life more, because with that job, what's happening? That job, that BOSS, those are bad words. That BOSS is telling you where to vacation. He is telling you where to live. He is telling you what you can drive. What do I mean by that? By how much you're making. If you're making $50,000 a year, you can't live in my home. If you're making $250,000 a year, you may have difficulty living in my home. If you're making $100,000 a year, you're probably not going to be able to bless your family with a couple vacations. You're probably not going to be able to do what God has blessed me to be able to do. But what's awesome is it's there for you. If you just show a little bit more ambition, a little bit more drive, that we pretty much spend about 10, not that I'm real proud to say this, but about every December, first week of December, we're spending about $10,000 at Disney World. Disney likes us. They give me all sorts of things every year saying, please come back. I am able to do this because I've got drive, I've got ambition. I want to be able to go out and help more families. And I know so many of you guys are on this call with that same attitude. And I love it because we're going to be able to feed that desire, just like tossing more logs on a fire. If you just get a little bit of embers going, I will help you stoke that fire. Let's keep going with this. So you're at a copper contract level now. You are at a 5,000 issue paid 2 months in a row. And guess what? You're going to receive that lapel pin that says copper. You're going to get a big high five. And if you allow me, if you're not too squeamish, I'm going to give you one of those Gordon agent hugs because you are out protecting families. And I am proud to say that I am helping you do that. Now let's go to that $7,500. We won't go up very far because this ain't brain surgery, as my dad used to tell me. So you've achieved the copper level. Now, what if you did 15,000 you're a copper producer, but you do 15,000 2 months in a row? Go down to where it says the second bullet point, no skipping of levels. So whatever contract level you're at, in order for you to go from a gold producer, gold is a 105% contract. So if you have a 105% contract with us, in order for you to be moved up to a 110% contract level with us, you must do 30,000 issue paid 2 months in a row. And guess what? You just gave yourself another 5% raise. Now you're really talking about dollars, because that, well, let's jump up there. Let's talk about a silver producer with the mortgage protection program. So a silver producer, you are at a 100% contract level with us. In order for you to get a 5% raise, remember, so next to gold, 25,000 issue paid, write 105. And the chart that I'll send out to you guys either today or tomorrow, this will be cleaned up a little bit more. You'll see copper, it'll go right across to where it says area trainer. So copper is the same thing in our management level as an AT. If you're an AT with us, you're at an area trainer level at 80%. We'll talk about that here in a minute. But at bronze, you're at 85%. Steel, you see the 10,000 issue paid, right 90%. If you've got a sheet there, or grab an extra sheet, at a 90% contract level, you are considered a steel producer. At a 95% contract level, you're considered an iron producer. Silver, 100%. Gold, 105%. Diamond, 110%, platinum, 115%. If you are a titanium producer with us, one of the largest contracts ever given out right now in the nation is 120%. You can get 120% if you don't want to do any sort of managing. Now, as a manager, you'll be able to qualify as up to 125%. And there's also some other bonuses that you could qualify for. We're not going to even try to talk about that today, but 125% contract with us by teaching someone to do what you're doing. That's here in a minute. Let's finish talking about producer levels of achievement. I was at the gold producer actually at silver, talking about 20,000 issue paid. So next month, you do 25,000 issue paid business with our core carriers. Look down at the bottom of the page. These contract levels pertain to our core carriers: Phoenix, Mutual Omaha, Foresters, and American Amicable. We are adding in North American so that you will be able to go in, and if you haven't got a dual contract, so you'll need if you have your North American someplace else, that's okay. You can do your dual contract with us, but you can go ahead and add in North American as one of our core carriers. And the IUL business, not going to go into explaining that, but it's going to be based on your what's called target premium and a percentage of that in order to go into issue paid. Because another bullet point is you cannot account for more than 5,000 issue paid to go towards your next level of achievement. So in other words, you can't write a application this month for $25,000. We all want those though. James DeWitt did 3 of those last week. So only $5,000 of any one application can go towards your contract level of achievement. And that'll be, these notes you'll see will be on our second page. We'll have this at our expo next week, and I will have plenty of copies for you to be able to pick up. And like I said, I will send this out here within the next couple of days. So gold, you do 25,000 issue paid in 2 months in a row, and you will be increased to 105% contract. In order for you to cross stage next March at our expo as a diamond producer, and you'll have our gold lapel pin with diamond underneath it. You'll have accomplished 2 months in a row of 30,000 issue paid premium, and you will achieve a 110% contract. Platinum, titanium, 40,000. I've never heard of that. Guys, I'm not. And I know I hear all these special people. I don't consider myself special. I don't consider myself, I don't know, gosh, I am good looking though. Humble too, right? I don't consider myself especially good looking, and I'm getting a whole lot more trim. You guys run with this program. In the last 12 months, I've lost 82 pounds. So you guys will be able to grow with us and be able to lose with us if that is of interest to you. It was of me, so much healthier in these last 12 months. But you see that 40,000, guys, I have done that 3 times, and I've never been a full-time producer. I have done 10,000 more than that 3 times. I've done 51,000 issue paid 3 separate times in 1 month, and I've never worked this program more than 3 days a week. And that's including both days on the weekend and considering 2 evenings during the week, because I've always had a full-time job with doing this business. It's achievable. Guys, I'm going to tell you it's a whole lot more than just achievable. All right, I think I've exhausted the producer level. I see a lot of questions, and I will answer so many of these also off of the line. Let's see. Randy asking about between 110% and 80%. Randy, I'll answer that offline. Then let's see. Go over to the management level now, guys. Let me pull up what I consider the nucleus of you becoming a manager. Right here it is. I want you to think about Ray Kroc. Ray Kroc in the 1950s met 2 brothers by the last name of McDonald's. You see where this is going, don't you, real quickly? These brothers had 2 restaurants, and they were very successful. Ray Kroc, oh my gosh, he convinced the McDonald's brothers to sell him McDonald's. Oh, I want to go back and be Ray Kroc and get to the McDonald's brothers before he does. He saw a way to duplicate what they were doing and put it on steroids. That's all I'm talking about, becoming a manager for yourself. It's not necessarily with Gordon Marketing. You would be considered an area trainer if you are out hiring somebody. And remember, we use that term loosely. We talk about hiring an agent. You are not doing anything more other than saying, hey, come and get plugged into this system. Go get a license, and I can even help you. Anyone on my staff can help you be able to get a person, a friend, a neighbor, somebody you meet at a gas station, somebody that you meet at a grocery store, and say, wow, you seem like a sharp person. I'm looking for somebody to help me grow my financial business. Here's my card. Can't promise you anything, but are you looking? That's all you need to do, guys. That's what I did, and grew an agency of 17 agents just on a very part-time basis. Area trainer is you talking to a person and saying, I'm looking to hire somebody. You pay them not a cent. What you're doing is connecting them with me, with Gordon Marketing, and you are their area trainer. So you bring somebody not under you, but you are incorporating, if you want to call it incorporating, it's a better word to use, franchising. You are franchising by training someone to do what you do. Step one in management. So if you go over to the agent level sheet again, you see here at the bottom, if you are at a 40 to 75% contract with us currently, you want to grow your business. If you're part of another agency management, you need to talk to your agency manager about this. But if you are interested in duplicating yourself, just like Ray Kroc did, he is one of the richest dead people in the world because he franchised a system. Everything that I preach and cajole you to do in this business is to keep it systematic. The more systematic you keep it, the more you can train somebody to do what you do, what I do, and what your trainee can train someone to do. You become a franchise. I say, I love over here on the producer side, I love producers. I am still producing, as you know. I am on the management side of the levels of achievement because I am replacing my producing in the field by duplicating myself. I hope you catch that. That is really, really important. So management level, the first management level is a area trainer. You will be promoted from a 75% contract level to an 80%. If you currently have a 105% contract with us, just plug yourself in as a regional manager, and that's misspelled, but as a regional manager. So as a regional manager, and if I was real sharp, I could put a double screen up there, but I need Jason here. But as a regional manager, have fun with yourself. You see the structure that's required. Go back to that. If you are a believe in a evolution, what is this? Like a single cell amoeba, which is garbage. No, I'm sorry. No, I'm not. But you see this as the basics of life. God put you in the womb. You gave birth. Your mother gave birth. Now you are giving birth to a newbie. Let's take that to one more level. You do what you train someone to do what you have trained somebody else to do. You train someone to do what you have done. Hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. You have duplicated yourself by becoming an area trainer. Now you teach this newbie to become an area trainer. He goes out and hires someone. You have trained someone to train someone to do what you do. And as you see in the next management level, which is the regional trainer, again, very basic. There you go. We each one get one. So if you go back to the district trainer, you'll see, and again, you will receive these charts out for each one of these levels, from area trainer all the way up to national director. So step 3 in management is rinse and repeat. We each one get one. Remember, this newbie here had only one newbie himself. So the next month, he teaches his newbie to go get a newbie, but he also gets another newbie. This is as far as it grows. Because in order for you to grow to 125%, this is crucial right here, guys. In order for you to grow to 125% contract level, all you are doing is this basic plan right here. To become an agency manager, an area manager with us, in order to move from what this is here as a 95% or as a 90% contract level, if I did that correctly, area trainers 80, district trainers 85. This is a 90% contract level right here, 90% contract level as a regional trainer. You are doing a minimum of 50,000 issue paid in a month. See that where it says regional trainer, 90% contract level, and your entire team is doing 50,000 of issue paid business in 1 month. In order for any member on your team, now you can have newly contracted persons on your team, but until that person submits and gets an issue paid application, they aren't considered an agent. They're not even considered a newbie. A newbie is somebody who has issue paid business. They're considered a greenhorn. They're not even on this board yet. So in order to be on this chart, to be considered an agent must have at least one issue paid piece of business. So let's go back to that regional trainer. This is your business right here. This replaces you. Guys, what happens in January 1st of every year? As a producer, now if you've got Medicare, you've got some other business coming in to pay you $25 or $50 a month, and some people have got a tremendous business that way, then you don't start from zero. Every year, and if you've got some whole life business out there, and I'll even talk about how that even with Phoenix, you can start getting some residual. Yeah, that's crazy on term business. Not only just final expense, whole life, but on term. Oh, goodness, ridiculous. This is your building block to take you out of the field. Say that again. What you're looking at right there is how you want to build your business. The McDonald's business has grown by them saying, okay, here's our corporate stores, because they have both corporate and franchise. As a corporate entity, they can only grow so far. But what really took them to the next level was when this first line of what we'll call corporate stores, that personal to you, whom you've helped train, where this really exploded was when they started hiring owners of McDonald's. They franchised the McDonald's business. You will lose your license as a McDonald's business if you don't follow their, and they've got a very strict code of conduct. They have a very strict code of ethics. They even have a stricter, what's called McDonald's University. Yeah, catch that. You go away a week for an entire week. You go away and you go to a mock store and you are trained the McDonald's way. We're doing that next week here at our campus. Once a quarter, we have our life and annuity university. We've got, and we only allow 25 agents to come in. So if you want to be a part of that for the next quarter, get your applications in yesterday. But you can set up for quarter number 3 or quarter number 4. Right there, as a regional trainer, you have everything you need to become 125% contract level with Gordon Marketing. Here's your national director, and you will be recognized as a manager with us as a national director. Growing this business, guys, you go from that regional trainer, look what you do to become an area manager. To go from a 90% contract to a 95% contract, all you need to do is double what you did as a regional trainer. And we're even giving you a little bit of ease as long as you have what every nucleus in this business. Other words, that you have 9 total agents in your business to become a regional trainer. 9 persons, including you. And once you become, we take you out of the equation, but even you must submit a piece of business or hire a 4th person out here to be a regional trainer. You must have a minimum of 9 agents in your business submitting 9 separate businesses who are submitting an application in order for you to be considered a regional trainer with us. Duplicate that and you move from a 90% to a 95% contract. Now, all it is a matter. Now, that is your nucleus. Why is that so important? Because the agents whom you hire, who are your personal agents, will be your profitability. The agents whom you help build on your personal agents will be your stability. I want you to build this business smartly. My wife would probably say, that's not a word, Timmy. I'm using it. She's not here, and I know she's not listening. No, she could be listening. But I want you to build a smart business as an area manager with a 95% contract with us, or you can be right over here. Remember, you're at all you're doing is 15,000 of issue paid business with us over on the producer side. You're considered an iron producer. You're a 95% contract level. Here, you're not worried about producing. At the area manager position, you drop out having to put in an application. But you have a thriving business. You are now doing, remember, 2 months in a row of 75,000. With this structure, you're going to be moved up to 100% contract by having an area manager structure plus 5 other agents anywhere in your business. Let's move this up real quickly so that I don't take any more of your time up, but I hope this has been beneficial. To move up in 100% contract to 105% contract with us, you have an agency manager structure, an area manager structure, plus 10 other agents wherever at in your business. To move up from a regional manager to an area director, you have the area manager structure plus 15 agents. District director to become a 115% contract manager with us, you must have the area manager's structure plus 20 agents. Also doing $200,000 of issue paid business per month for a minimum of 2 months in a row. Do we have that now? Yes, we do. So don't think that is out of reach by anyone if you have a dream. Regional director to a national director. At the national director level, you're on a different bonus program. So not only will you have a 125% contract over your entire agency. Now remember, you can still hire somebody at a 40% contract, 50, 60% contract. If you hire somebody, when you're at a 125% contract level and you hire somebody at a 60% contract level, They make $100,000. You make on that one business $100,000. Yeah, not even going to go into trying to explain that one. But guys, this is fun. This is just oh, just the basic of the icing on the cake. We're not even talking about the cake and how much fun you can have to be blessed in income by what? By going and blessing more people in the field. Any sort of questions? I've got quite a few that I'll be answering off-site. I put a little teaser out there about our university that we're having next week. Definitely, we'll be talking about that in future weeks. But this next week is filled up for Monday and Tuesday. We've got all day classes planned for just very intense training, even as simple as how do you submit applications, how to make sure your application gets read, how to submit an annuity, how to prospect for annuity. Anyhow, Life and Annuity University, Monday and Tuesday next week. Come in on Wednesday night if you can to be a part of our expo on Thursday. So a week from this Thursday is our one big event each year. From 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., you're going to be exposed to about 20 different carriers and about 200 different, it's kind of like taking, somebody described it as drinking from a fire hose, but you are going to be fed. Well, that's true too. You're going to receive a free breakfast and a free wonderful lunch. More importantly, you're going to be able to feed that insurance agent inside you to become a titanium producer or a national director. Guys, I hope this has been fun. Thank you for the comments. We want to make sure to make this into a agency. It's not a multi-level. It's not a pyramid. My goodness, guys, take the blinders off of your eyes and look at what McDonald's has. You want to talk about a pyramid? Wow. You go from who makes the most money, okay, who makes the next most money, who makes the next most money, who makes the next most money, and can that fryer, the person who puts in the fries, can he ever make more money than the general manager by making fries? No, he can't. That's just shy of a pyramid. But what they do is what you're doing in this business. What you're doing in this business is providing an incredible life-saving, life-restoring product. So please help get off the goofiness and the dark glasses of trying to hide in a corner and say, this is the truest form of building an agency. Just like so many we have now that you are hiring agents. Now you're equipping your agents to do what you're doing. I hope that resonates with you. And yes, I'll answer all the questions before I leave today. Guys, 3 things. You go make it happen for your income. Number 2, you go make it happen for that family of yours. You take care of number 3. The first 2 are always taken care of. You go make it happen for that family that you're going to go and protect. And the first 2 are always taken care of. Join us on Friday. You're going to hear from Chris. Chris, for the last 6 years, has never paid less than $100,000. That's consistency. That's running mortgage protection leads 2 or 3 days a week. Chris will pour into you to help you become an agent who's making it happen. Guys, go with God's blessing, and I definitely wish you Godspeed.